What is the stupidest thing you've seen your pet do? She farted and then looked over her shoulder, growled, and barked at her butt. Similar, my dog he barks, and it sets off an echo of the doorbell ringing, and he always barks at the doorbell when it rings. So we just are in an endless cycle of him setting off the doorbell and him barking at the doorbell being set off. He's a good 36-pound wuss of a guard dog. Love him. Same-ish, my dog used to think he was gonna get in trouble for farting, so he'd sneak away, like a ninja farter, walking into rooms, farting then leave. TBH, I think he knew his farts were answered. At 4 AM I woke up to the sound of my cat's back. I've hunted and caught a thing noise. It's a high-pitched squeak meow trill music of the happiest of cats. She was running closer and closer, squeaking all the while, muffled slightly by the fact she obviously had her prize in her mouth as she ran. I live in a place that rarely gets mice or anything nasty, so as usual, I just assumed it was her toy and she wanted to show it off. Then she dropped a full bag of bagels on my face. She's right to be proud. That's a pretty heavy thing for a cat to carry around. One of our cats does this every time she finds one of my fiancé's hair ties. Then she gets extremely upset and huffy if you don't throw it for her. My greyhound finally caught up to a squirrel in the park before it went up a tree. She slowed right down, sniffed it and then just watched it run up the tree. She seemed so disillusioned by the experience. Same. My dog once caught up to a cat and didn't know what to do, so he just ran past it and was like, "I'm faster than you, bitch." They live for the chase, not the kill. Had one for 16 years and she just wanted to be first to finish. I love it when my cats fall off something and get embarrassed then immediately start cleaning themselves with the "yeah, I meant to do that" attitude. Extra hilarious when they are a tiny kitten, but they are already concerned about maintaining their cool image. Always been curious, but does anyone know if pets can feel things like embarrassment or guilt? I've had people say they can't, but I swear my pets do. My dog wouldn't come in from the front garden, so I rang the doorbell and she ran straight in, so she could look out the window to see who was at the door. My husky got out our front door once when a contractor was over. This was the third time he had gotten out, and he just bolted the last 2 times when we tried to catch him. So this time we stayed calm and said, "Hey Thor, wanna go for a walk?" And I don't think lightning has struck this earth as fast as that dog ran back into the house to get his harness and leash. I can't stop laughing. You've made my day. Thank you. Our Maine Coon cat jumps into the front loader washing machine when we are ready to do a load. He likes being in the washer with the clothes he was sleeping on in the laundry basket. Before starting the machine, we have to be certain he's out of there. Our cat had scared both us and herself when she was small. She got into front loader washing machine when I pulled load out, and then mother put in second load without checking. Longest 30 seconds from when I turned machine off until door unlocked. Cat got tumbled around a couple of times, but was alright in the end. Maine Coon. Weird fact about them, I'm usually pretty allergic to cats. My eyes will be itching like mad near most cats, but I used to visit a cafe with a resident Maine Coon who could literally come and sit on my lap without setting my allergy off at all. You'd think the hairy cats would be worse, but it's actually the short-haired ones which are by far the worst for me. My parents were staying with us for the weekend in our upstairs bedroom. The cat was outside the door looking to play and had brought its toy mouse with them. So my dad tosses the toy a little too hard, and it ends up going over the upstairs railing. At which point you would assume the cat would be like, nah, but not a little guy. He jumps straight off of the /12-foot cliff after this toy. The cat full on bounced off the floor and went right back to playing with my dad. Only later when I heard the story did I realize that I had my security cam facing that direction. When I went to check it, this is what I found. Psy 2.bet 5R8YAWH8. Psy 2.bet 5R8YAWH8. The cat was all good after this incident, but it scared the crap out of all of us. Your video evidence of your cat's stupidity has made my day. I just watched that 3 times in a row. You win this thread for providing evidence. My cat bit a glass plate and got angry BC she couldn't eat it, then went to bother the fishes and fell into the fish tank. Mood. That biting plate reminded me of this post. https www.reddit.com/tifis_close utm_sorcerer and utm_mediumius_rap and utm_namiosmf. Last night when feeding my snake she missed the rat and instead bit herself, and then freaked out because something was biting her. That snake got some survival skills right there. Ouroboros. My dog was sniffing around a tree and bumped into a dandelion. He yelped and hopped away. I never let him forget that time he was scared by a dandelion. I can understand him. Every kind of lion is scary to me. Doesn't matter that it was dandy. I have a goldfish that gets way too excited for feeding time. More often than not it likes to literally jump out of its bowl into my hand where I'm holding the food. A true suicidal dumbus, but I still love that fish. Me if I was a fish. Hate to be the fish police, but no fish should ever be kept in a bowl, especially goldfish as they get really big and have a huge bioload. I have a pit bull. One day I hear him growling and barking while outside. This is not normal for him. He usually will only bark 12 times when he is ready to come inside, so I was a bit concerned. I go outside and he is having a standoff with something. He keeps inching closer to something I can't see, then growls, barks and immediately runs away and repeats the process. I call out to him and he comes over and whimpers a bit, then returns and continues the routine. I get closer expecting to see maybe a toad, mouse, something, anything. There is nothing but grass and a dead leaf. Turns out that he was having a 10-minute standoff with said dead leaf. It was just windy enough for it to rustle a bit, but not move. I proceed to pick up the leaf, and he lets out this shriek, as if I was in immediate danger. I look at him, and crumple up the leaf, and he just tilts his head like oh, and proceeds to lean on me for pets. A 50-pound pit bull terrified of a leaf. What a dumbus. My parents have a pit mix and those dogs are just big dumb lovable oafs. When I still lived at home, I had a pet rabbit and the dog was sniffing him and checking him out. Rabbit turns around and thumps his legs to let Penny know he wanted to be left alone. So Penny squealed and ran and refused to go into any room the rabbit was in until I moved out and took him with me. You don't understand. Pit bulls are terrifying creatures that will eat your face off and kill your kids. Won't anyone think of the children? Said no one who's ever owned a pit bull. They are some of the sweetest babies ever. Love pit bulls.